Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ava Jerome was found not guilty. Kristina Davis utterly blacked out following the decision and started straight ahead. Kristina was in a fugue while Sunny Corinthos and Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, kept reaching out to her. Kristina had to realize that her legal battle against Ava was ended once she at last returned to reality. Clearly unhappy about Ava getting off the hook, Molly Lansing Davis went to catch up with TJ Ashford. TJ thought Molly was happy with the result, hence Kristina overheard and pressed her sister for more information. Molly said she now thought it was an accident, hence Ava or Kristina had no responsibility for the window fall. After Molly apologized for the harsh words she spoke at the baby's cemetery, she said she just wanted to find peace and move on. Kristina was outraged, but Molly was fatigued after everything she'd gone through and all the losses she'd faced. Ava and Sunny argued back in the courts over whether she could see Avery Corinthos, then Rick Lansing threw some threats about the custody dispute. Ava was excited to see Avery once Sunny at last agreed she could visit under supervision tomorrow. As Sunny and Alexis stood nearby, Kristina stated Molly was able to focus on peace and moving on because she was never really Adela's mother. Molly insisted they were done and stormed out as Alexis hurried over as she wanted to soothe her. Elizabeth Baldwin visited Lucas Jones about Lulu Spencer's coma waking and the inquiry into Sam McCall's overdose at GH. Elsewhere, Stella Henry gave Brad Cooper some advice on his path to redemption and felt he had to be a better person for himself, not just Lucas. Later, Brad overheard that Lucas was traveling to a special medical symposium in Miami, so he made a case to Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, about why he should go, too. Portia claimed the symposium was only for doctors and shut Brad down quite aggressively as she knew he merely wanted to be close to Lucas. However, Stella saw the exchange nearby and ultimately informed Portia it was a mistake to exhibit her dislike toward Brad. As GH's co-chief of staff, Portia wanted to show she could be impartial to all her employees. Brad had done a wonderful job in the lab since he came back to the hospital, but Portia ultimately had a change of heart. Meanwhile, Brad wondered whether he'd use the changed findings he'd been blackmailing Portia with. Although Brad started to put the proof in the shredder, he searched the impending temps in Miami and was torn. Portia eventually came along and let Brad know his work had been exceptional lately. Plus, Brad had made some fair reasons about why his symposium attendance would be useful to his job. In the end, Portia decided that Brad could attend after all, so he was happy once he got updates on the news. Next, Lucas spotted TJ in the break room and discovered the verdict didn't go his way today. TJ was also coping with his breakup with Molly, so Lucas didn't think TJ should push himself into work right now. Since TJ wasn't at the top of his game, Lucas told him that they should hit the gym together instead. At the gallery, Kai Taylor disappointed Trina Robinson as he had to concentrate on preparing for a big game, which meant they needed a project extension. Trina was frustrated and just wanted to finish the project herself, though she was sure Kai would still get a good mark. At the Home and Heart studio, Maxie Jones fretted as they needed to sell $75,000 worth of deception items to keep their slot. Brooklyn Quartermain found out about the quota and watched beside Maxie as Lois Cerullo employed her new and improved accent for the presentation. One of the girls from back in Bensonhurst called in and complained, so Lois faced allegations of being ashamed of who she was. Lois argued that wasn't the case and proudly reverted to her Bensonhurst accent, thus sales surged once she did. In fact, it was the highest-selling deception program ever. General Hospital spoilers suggest Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, will find out how wrong she was ultimately, so we'll bring you more predictions on any drama that can generate. General Hospital spoilers say that Chad Duell recently stated he is departing the character of Michael Corinthos. The actor came to Instagram to convey the news about his resignation, following 14 years in the role. Executive producer Frank Valentini confirmed the statement immediately after Duell's IG post on the social networking platform X, saying that there were no plans to recast the character. This means that Michael's story will come to a close, but when will it happen and how will it all go down? Here's what we know so far. In Valentini's tweet, he also mentioned that a plot about Michael's exit would unravel in the new year, so it looks like Corinthos would leave storylines sometime in early 2025. No particular date has been given as of yet. Duell assumed the role in 2010 as a recast, taking the job over from actor Drew Garrett, and also won a Daytime Emmy for his depiction of the character in 2015. While actor Robert Adamson, ex-Young and the Restless Noah Newman, was a temporary recast for Michael, now and again, it appears like he won't be filling in as Michael until Duell goes. As Valentini promised a great story for Michael and his family when Chad exits in the new year, in his tweet when he revealed Duell's departure, many fans appear to believe that Drew Quartermaine, Cameron Matheson, will somehow be tied to his nephew's exit. As Drew has been playing about with Michael's wife, Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, may the two get into a physical fight that leaves Michael in a risky situation? Michael might be presumed dead, or he could potentially get arrested and head to jail. Drew can be that subtle, right? Then again, Michael can be just as devious. Could he fake his own death and try to pin his uncle for it? As Michael's dad, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, is a mob boss, could his kid get caught in the crosshairs of an explosion or shootout planned for this father? Only time shall tell. How do you think Michael will quit storylines? Leave your comments in the space below. Molly runs into TJ when she arrives at the courthouse. She thanks him for bringing her diary by. Molly TJ in court. She says there were some mushy entries about travels they could take. He's sad they won't. Everyone else gathers in the court. Kristina tells her dad she's ready for this. Alexis holds hands with her girls and tells them they have already lost so much. They need to keep each other, regardless of what occurs today. Alex's daughter hold hands court. Ava tells Rick that she feels like she's been flayed alive by filthy looks. The jury comes in and gives their verdict to the judge. Ava is urged to rise. Molly Rick receive verdict. She's found not guilty. Everyone starts shaking their heads. Kristina's eyes dart around and she freezes as TJ runs out. Kristina freezes. Eventually, Kristina snaps out of it. Molly rushes TJ into the hall and tells him how sorry she is. He asks how she feels about the verdict. TJ upset at Molly. She thinks Ava is terrible but it was a mistake. He guesses she received the verdict she wanted and angrily goes away. Kristina pops up and asks her sister what she wanted. Molly just wants tranquility. Kristina lashes into Molly. She tells her sister there can be no peace. Molly maintains it was an accident. Her sister accuses her of believing Ava's version. Kristina thinks her sister blames her for this. Molly doesn't think anyone is to blame. Molly Kristina discuss about accident. She apologizes for the things she spoke at the cemetery and says they need to move on. Kristina can't. Molly needs to. They keep arguing and Kristina accuses her of being reluctant to fight for justice for their kid. Molly is exhausted. Kristina arguing with Molly about peace. Back in the courtroom, Ava informs Sonny she will be coming to fetch her kid. Ava Rick Alexis Sonny argument. The parents quarrel and he informs her she can't see her. Rick threatens to file an emergency order to have Avery removed from him. Ava tells Alexis she is merely attempting to do what she should have done with Kristina years ago. Alexis tells her she's in no position to throw stones and she should leave them all alone. Rick points out that no one believed Kristina. He says that Ava's daughter is in danger while she's with Sonny. Rick Ava bicker with Alexis. Ava asks the gangster to think of what their daughter needs. Ava begs for Avery. Sonny agrees to let her visit Avery supervised. When Alexis comes out, she finds Kristina tells Molly she's simply ready to go on because she was never really the baby's mother. Molly storms off. In the GH break room, Brad tells Stella how hard it is for him to see Lucas all the time. Brad talks Lucas to Setla. She warns him that redemption is a long path. He wants to be worthy of Lucas. She wants him to be a nice person for his own sake. He can swing making things about himself. Brad Stella talk remorse. Stella assures him if he can be remorseful and do better, there's hope for him still. Stella advice Brad. At General Hospital. Liz tells Lucas that Lulu is up and snuck away. He asks if Lucky is remaining around. Liz and Lucas at nurse's station. She adds he's staying for Lulu and for her, in case she's proven at fault in Sam's death. Portia beckons him over. He comes to Liz and tells her that he's no longer under investigation and has been tapped to go to Miami to represent the hospital at a symposium. Liz tells Lucas about Lulu. Brad eavesdrops. He spots Portia and then hands her some lab findings. She doesn't want to talk to him, but he wants her to send him to the symposium. Portia says they don't have the resources. Brad asks to go to symposium. He offers to pay his own way and she accuses him of only wanting to go for Lucas. She doesn't want him utilizing the symposia for personal purposes and dismisses him. He walks off. When she turns back, she sees Stella standing there, warning her she just made a tremendous mistake. Stella tells Portia she committed mistake. Portia moans about having Brad back and how hard it is to trust him. Stella can grasp that and they recall the baby swap. Stella thinks he's striving to better. Portia says that bar is low. Stella pushes her to be more professional and not be so vocal about her hate of Brad. Portia stopped by Stella. Brad walks to the workplace and thinks whether he should coerce Portia into sending him to Miami. Brad considers blackmail. Portia arrives in and surprises him by announcing she's changed her mind and he should go to the symposium. Portia says Brad can go. Lucas is astonished to run see TJ in the break room. He guesses the trial didn't go well. TJ lets him in about Molly moving out. TJ and Lucas talk grief. Ava keeps motoring along and his whole world has fallen apart. They chat about coping with bereavement and TJ can't let go. He feels that Molly has shared her anguish with anyone but him. TJ angry. He just wants to work and ignore everything, but Lucas thinks that's a horrible idea. With things as raw as they are, he can't be there for his patients. He offers they go to the gym and assures him he doesn't have to do this alone. Now that Lulu Spencer was awake, Dante Falconeri went to Sunny Corinthos for help, according to the General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, December 5th. While Danny Morgan and Scout Quartermain were still grieving the loss of Sam McCall, Rocco Falconeri was ecstatic, making it difficult for Dante to know how to balance things. Sunny, however, believed that there was space for a range of emotions and urged Dante to allow everyone, including himself, to experience what they needed to. Jordan Ashford received updates on Isaiah Gannon's decision to take a full-time GH offer when he showed up in his office. Jordan flirted with Isaiah a little and insisted on helping him negotiate a better bargain. Jordan accepted the invitation to supper after Isaiah made it friendlier. Kristina Corinthos Davis praised Natalia Ramirez for taking her place on the stand at Deception. When Kristina began to worry that her memory of her hotel encounter with Ava Jerome was incorrect, Natalia remarked that Sunny had a reputation for lying. Natalia hoped she could take back her nasty remarks after reflecting on the recording Ava made and how it led to this situation. Since she wanted she could go back in time to the day she fell out of the window, Kristina related to having regrets. Natalia said Kristina would have loved having a grandchild because she had been considering raising her daughter with Blaze, also known as Allison Allie Rogers. Kristina received a call on her phone informing her that the jury had returned with Ava's judgment. When Curtis Ashford visited TJ Ashford to see how he was doing, he discovered that Molly Lansing Davis had moved out. According to Curtis, TJ might eventually find a way to become friends with Molly or perhaps reconcile with her. In any case, Curtis didn't want TJ's rage to confine him to something he couldn't reverse about Molly. TJ chose to return one of Molly's journals to her at Alexis Davis's house after discovering it on the floor. Molly then brought boxes into Alexis' house, where she confided in her mother that she blamed herself for a lot of things, including her recent encounter with Sam being related to her conflict with Kristina. Alexis took a moment to admit that Molly was hurt by Kristina's behavior, therefore she wasn't arguing that Kristina was correct to encourage Molly to reconcile with her. TJ admitted to Molly that he hadn't read the lost journal when he dropped it off. Before he went, Molly and TJ enjoyed a romantic moment and declared their eternal love since she still knew he wouldn't do it. After the door was shut, Molly started crying, so Alexis drew her in. When Carly Spencer got to Anna Devane's house, Damian Spinelli was already there, assisting with Valentine Cassidy's hunt. Carly was perplexed, but Anna clarified her suspicion that Jack Brennan was concealing Valentine. At first, Carly objected to Anna's suggestion that she put a bug in Brennan's office. To show Anna was mistaken about Brennan, Carly eventually agreed to place the bug after some persuasion. Jason Morgan claimed at Brennan's office that Brennan was lying when he claimed not to be aware of Valentine's whereabouts. Jason intended to pick up Charlotte Cassidy himself because Lulu was awake and needed her kid back, and he promised Brennan that he would release Valentine. Carly arrived after Jason left and discussed Lulu's waking with Brennan. Brennan got Carly some water when she asked for it, but he insisted he had no idea where Valentine was. Anna sat in her apartment with Spinelli as he utilized his miraculous computer skills to locate Charlotte and Valentine. Carly soon came, asking why Anna summoned her. Carly replied she would do all she could to help find Valentine. Including planting a bug on Jack Brennan? Anna asked. Carly didn't think she could accomplish it, but Anna was positive Carly was the lady for the job. You're one of the few people that he trusts, Anna added. She was sure that Valentine could only have managed without a trace with WSB support. Carly argued that Brennan was her buddy and had helped Anna flee from Africa. Anna warned Carly that Brennan couldn't be trusted. Carly finally consented to place the bug but insisted she was only doing it to prove Anna incorrect. Anna didn't care why Carly was doing it as long as they obtained the facts they needed. While Anna requested Carly to help her find Charlotte, Jason was on the same objective. He barged into Brennan's office and accused him of lying when he said that he didn't know where Valentine was. Jason advised Brennan that Lulu's family was going to do everything they could to find Valentine and Charlotte, therefore it was best if Brennan just came clean. Jason had an idea. Get in touch with him. You tell Valentine I'll meet him wherever he wants. He gives me Charlotte and I bring her home. I'm not going to track him. I won't try to bring him in. I won't even touch him, Jason remarked. After Jason left, Carly barged in but only discovered the deputy director in Brennan's chair. Brennan returned and begged for some time alone with Carly. Brennan knew why Carly was there and told her he didn't know where Valentine was. Carly then asked for a drink of water. When Brennan turned his back to pour her one, she stuck the insect behind a chair in his office. Back at Anna's apartment, Jason returned and told her about the offer he made Brennan. He'd leave Valentine alone as long as he handed over Charlotte. When Spinelli strolled into the living room talking about equipment, Jason was worried. Anna revealed that she had Spinelli set up a bug that Carly would plant in Brennan's office. As soon as Jason heard Carly was involved, he felt frightened, knowing that Carly typically makes a mess of things. Spinelli diffused the fight and reminded Jason everyone was on the same side, which was bringing Charlotte home to live with Lulu. Anna pointed out that she didn't push Carly to do anything. Carly wanted to do what she could for Lulu. Jason concerned that Carly was in danger because she thought she could trust Brennan. What happens when Brennan finds the bug and figures out Carly's the one who planted it? Jason asked. Carly quickly returned so Jason could instruct her to stay away from Brennan. Carly insisted she did her job perfectly and Brennan would never detect the virus. Carly told them she put it in the perfect position, but Anna had to reveal that it's regular practice for the WSB to sweep offices looking for listening devices. Carly was nervous at first, but then claimed that things would be all right since Jack isn't the monster you think he is. Jason wasn't as confident as Carly. Spinelli then called out that Brennan had made a call. Jason, Anna, and Carly listened as Brennan told Valentine that Lulu was awake and Jason had promised to let Valentine go in exchange for Charlotte. Carly looked angry since she wasn't able to prove she was right about her new acquaintance. Dante surprised Sonny at his office because he needed to talk to someone. Sonny immediately understood this was all about Lulu's grand awakening. Dante assured Sonny he was right, but Dante was still at a loss. I'm just trying to figure out what life looks like now, he added. Dante asked Sonny's counsel on integrating families, pointing out, you've got all these kids from different relationships. Dante had no idea how to deal with the 3 kids he and Sam were raising. How do I deal with the fact that Rocco's over the moon that his mom is back and Danny and Scout are still grief-stricken after losing theirs? Sunny asked Dante what it was like seeing Lulu again. It was like the pieces of a puzzle fitting together, but like an old one because everything's different now, Dante remarked. He worried about what he would do now. What if Lulu wanted Rocco to remain with him sometimes? What does he do about Sam's 2 kids? Sunny told Dante to slow down and not get ahead of himself. Dante agreed that it was terrible to feel cheerful after Sam had just died, but he understood why Rocco was on cloud 9. Sunny then suggested Dante to arrange big family dinners with all the kids. Curtis stopped at TJ and Molly's apartment at TJ's behest. When Curtis walked in, TJ showed him the cleared-out living room. Molly moved out. She's gone, TJ regretfully remarked. Curtis remarked at how nice Molly left everything, but TJ wasn't surprised because that was Molly. TJ was still irritated that Molly was refusing to grieve. Now our relationship's ending, and she calmly packs up her things and leaves, TJ continued incredulously. Curtis had some words of wisdom for his nephew. One thing about ending a relationship is that you always end up angry at someone you care about, Curtis stated. TJ insisted he wasn't mad, but he didn't know how to stop caring. Curtis reminded TJ that this might only be a temporary pause, but TJ disagreed. Curtis then proposed that they change the furniture to hide reminders of Molly, but when they moved a chair, Curtis found Molly's 2012 journal from when she first met TJ. Molly began lugging boxes inside Alexis' residence. Alexis suggested Molly to take a break, but Molly wanted the distraction so she wouldn't dwell about her heartbreak. "If I stop moving, I will fall apart," Molly said. A heated and furious Molly commented on the quarrel she had with TJ the night before. He didn't like that she didn't grieve the baby the same way he did, which made her upset at herself. "I was too focused on controlling my emotions and throwing myself into work, and I couldn't be there for the boy who I have loved since I was 16, Molly said. Alexis moved the subject to Ava and Kristina. Alexis underlined that nobody could have stopped Kristina from going to Ava's hotel room that day as a way of reminding Molly that she couldn't control every scenario. She also brought up Molly's final moments with Sam. "I understand that your last words with Sam were not what you wanted them to be, and you conveyed that remorse with your sister. One thing I want to say to you that I should have stated is that I know Kristina holds a lot of culpability for the breach between the two of you, but when I encouraged you to make peace with your sister, it is not me saying that Kristina is right," Alexis underscored. Just then, there was a knock on the door. Molly opened it to discover TJ standing there holding her journal. He handed it to her but told Molly that he didn't read it. They both admitted that they would always love one another before TJ quickly left. Molly then broke down in Alexis' arms. Kristina contacted Natalia at the deception office to praise her for perjuring herself on the stand. If the court and the jury actually heard what had really happened, that would have helped the defense, Kristina added. Natalia denied committing perjury and stated she only told the truth as she recalled it. Kristina wanted to make sure that she was recalling the accident the way Natalia did. She wondered if she recalled that wrong, then maybe she was recalling what happened in Ava's hotel room inaccurately too. Natalia and Kristina chatted some more until Kristina received a phone call with the news. The jury was back with a verdict. General Hospital the week of December 9th to 13th, 2024. Be sure to tune in to ABC each weekday to watch how it all plays out. Liz and Lucky get nostalgic. Laura receives a guest. Dax gets a holiday treat. Sunny makes Kristina an offer. Molly examines Alexis's proposal. Brennan confronts Carly. Nina issues a warning. Curtis tests Drew. Kai surprises Trina. Sasha informs Maxie. Anna conducts an interrogation. Curtis makes a confession. Drew seeks Nina's assistance. Dex reassures Jocelyn. Isaiah delivers good news with Jordan. Tensions rise at the Quartermain Christmas party. Ava and Rick encounter an unwanted surprise. Kristina brainstorms. Sunny and Natalia rejoice. Tracy makes a faux pas. Elizabeth is baffled. Trina seeks out Kai. Drew is in the hot seat. Jocelyn gets life-changing news. Carly runs interference. With Kristina questioning if she's been recalling what happened in Ava's hotel room wrong the whole time, the judge is set to issue its verdict. Ava and Rick appear in the courtroom with Kristina and TJ anxious to learn if she would go to jail for killing the kid that was biologically theirs. Sunny, Alexis, and Molly are there for emotional support, but Molly already knows in her heart that the entire sad affair was an accident. Ava is also due to make a demand on Friday. Does that indicate the jury finds her innocent and she wants an apology? Molly also finds herself pleading with Kristina. She may ask her sister to finally accept the reality no matter how hard it is. She slipped and fell and Ava did not force her out the window. While Ava is in court, Trina is holding down the fort at the Jerome Gallery when Kai stops by in a suit. He seems to have offended Trina again and wonders how he can make things up to her. Has Trina finally discovered another boy who wants to treat her like a queen the same way Spencer did? Elizabeth is going about her job as head nurse as if she is not being investigated for negligence that caused Sam's death. She is sure that she did everything she was supposed to when Sam was in her care, but that doesn't guarantee the hospital will be as sure. Liz makes it her job to get to the bottom of what really happened and learn if foul play was involved. Will she find herself in danger if she receives the answer she is seeking for? Lois makes another appearance advertising deception items on the Home and Heart channel, but something goes awry that causes anxiety for Brooklyn and Maxie. While Lois appears on air with Haven, a caller wonders what happened to Lois' Brooklyn accent and wonders if she is ashamed of where she came from. Our thoughts and feelings do not hold us accountable for the events that transpired. He tells her he understands. They will both remember today because Sam gave his mother the most priceless present ever. Dante is asked what he can do by Sunny. Explain to me how I will manage without her. He is alive because of Sam. She assisted him in rebuilding his life and overcoming his PTSD. Sunny recalls his feelings of fear and gratitude for Sam's assistance. Even though it took some time, we were able to give each other another chance. Sunny claims that he is in a different place today, and now, we're here for you, even if he is unsure of how he will overcome this. Sunny tells him, this is incorrect, but Dante and Sam were right together, and that's beautiful. And he is aware that a part of Dante longs to stay forever. There is, Dante acknowledges. Because he must begin living without Sam after he passes away. He informs his father that he proposed right before Sam passed away. Sunny is aware of her response. They already had everything, which is why Dante waited so long, but he still desired more. He desired to marry her. Now it's all for nothing, even though it was amazing. Sunny touches Dante on the shoulder. Alexis abruptly gets up from the couch and starts to breathe heavily. I know I should be consoling you right now, but I'm unable to do so. I am unable to. She sobs, and Kristina and Molly look on helplessly. She tears when they ask her to explain what happened because she simply doesn't know. I'd rather not sit down. I have no desires. All I want is the return of my daughter. Her children aren't intended to be lost. She draws Kristina and Molly in once more. Molly is appalled to learn that she and Kristina were fighting the last time the four of them were together as they recline on the couch. No regrets, it's okay, adds Alexis. Now, they have nothing else. They will always and forever be in love with one another. Scout is sitting on the floor sketching their family when Drew finds them. Sam, Rocco, her, and the nanny. He assures her that she can discuss anything with him, including her mother. He will always tell her the truth. Is Mommy truly gone now? Yes, he replies, despite his want to respond otherwise to her question. Now, what will happen? Who will transport me to school and prepare my lunch? Although she has a lot to figure out, Drew assures her that she is not alone. Her entire family adores her and will stop at nothing to support her. But my mom is what I want. He would stop at nothing to reunite with her. He acknowledges that it will be difficult, but he will always be there for her. Although he is aware that things have changed, her mother will always be by her side. She loves her, and even after death, love endures. Scout is happy that her father is present. Danny informs Carly that his mother usually sorted Scout's Halloween candy on the coffee table of the Quartermaines. He's okay when she asks whether he needs assistance. He will take care of Scout because it is his responsibility to do so. Danny acknowledges that he was concerned about his mother the entire time, even before he knew, when Carly inquires about how the trick or treatment went. Scout's costume was never shown to Sam. He admits that he may have sensed something was off during their trick-or-treating, but he never imagined his mother could pass away. Carly helps him work through his emotions. Carly claims that despite his apprehension, he used trick-or-treating to give her the gift of a joyful memory. He describes how his mother loved peanut butter cups and how he used to strive to get extra to give to her. "May I give you a hug?" Carly queries. He nods, and she agrees, reminding him that he has a lot of people who genuinely care about him. As the play comes to a close, Maxie watches in silence as Jason hugs a sobbing Spinelli at the door before departing. As Spinelli sobs, the shocked pair pulls each other in for an embrace as they part ways. Molly and Kristina agree to accompany Alexis when she claims she must return to the hospital. When Molly receives a signal that Sam's lunch service is ready, she loses it once more. Sonny tells Dante that all these would-haves will drive him insane, and Dante is angry that he waited so long to pop the question. He will overcome this, even if it will be difficult and frightening. It is difficult to think of everything he will never see, do, or hear from her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.